The No Fate channel, checking in. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about who actually needs a pre-workout. For so many supplement companies, it is their bread and butter. They have different versions, different flavors, different special releases where they try to sell you all this hype, smoke, mirrors, and pre-workout. We're also going to be diving in to Bucked Up Energy's pre-workout in a can, specifically their Rocket Pop flavor. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, give this video a like and hit that red subscribe button. On this series, on this channel, I'm just a dad of two, and I just cover my dad life that does include health, fitness, and a boatload of supplements. I'm not a supplement expert, but I just give you the real and honest truth, and some of you like to hear it, and some of you just can't handle the truth. So pre-workouts, as we know, as we are inundated with regards to marketing and advertisements, they are everything that you possibly need in order to get a great workout in. And frankly, they'll try to tell you that if you don't have pre-workout, you're probably not even working out, right? It doesn't even count if you don't take a pre-workout. And the truth is that no one really needs a pre-workout. Yeah, there, I said it. I love my pre-workouts. I love to review them. I love to take them. But the truth is, you don't need a pre-workout. We should hopefully all remember back when we were like 16, 17, getting crazy workouts in and didn't even know what a pre-workout was. I don't think pre-workouts existed when I was 16 or 17, and that's just me showing my age. But I know that many of you do take pre-workouts, and I think it's important to recognize what is in a pre-workout, what is needed, when it should be used, when it should be kind of skipped. And the purpose of a pre-workout, in my mind, is really to kind of get you up and get you ready for the gym when you don't want to. So many of you are just taking pre-workouts to take them because you got sold the hype, the smoke, the mirrors. But there's times when you do need them, right? There's plenty of you that are working a 10-hour shift on your feet and you're trying to hit the gym before you get home. And if you don't have that pre-workout, you're just going to keep on driving home. And there's some of you with newborn babies that have bags under your eyes, you're getting no sleep, and you still kind of want to get a workout and you want to try to do something to stay healthy and to stay physical. And if you don't get that pre-workout in the early morning, it ain't gonna happen. And frankly, there's some of you that are just taking it for all the wrong reasons. As an example, if you are doing a sport, some of you are in high school and college and just doing sports in general, you shouldn't be taking a pre-workout. A lot of the ingredients in pre-workouts will actually deter you from having a good workout session because oftentimes they throw in a whole bunch of pump ingredients, which we love in the gym. But when you are on the field, when you're on the court, you don't need those pump ingredients, and they're gonna make your muscles so tight, it's gonna be hard to perform, hard to move, and it's just gonna hold you back. Also, a lot of these pre-workouts, as Bucked Up is one of the cases, have tons of caffeine in them. 300 milligrams of caffeine for Bucked Up to be exact. And frankly, I love caffeine. So many of you love caffeine. Everyone who drinks coffee loves caffeine. But in the gym, there's such thing as too much of a good thing. And I think 300 is a good amount. But again, if you're on the field, if you're doing super high intensity HIIT training, you don't want 300 milligrams of caffeine. For many of you, that's gonna be overkill and it's gonna put your heart rate way too high. So high that again, you're gonna have to slow down on your training, on your workout, and it's actually gonna hinder your workout. So let's go into Bucked Up Energy Rocket Pop, and then we'll carry over this conversation on the other side. So essentially, these are convenient pre-workouts in a can. The claim to fame is that they're convenient, they're cold, they're caffeinated, obviously, but they're also carbonated. So it gives you that nice pop of energy. Now, I'm gonna do a pour test before I do a taste test. I do like when they do pour clear, and that's one of the nicer things about this Bucked Up pre-workout is that it pours clear. I'm not a big fan of artificial coloring, but most of your pre-workouts have them in them. So I already mentioned 300 milligrams of caffeine. This has teacrine, this has Dynamine, this has AlphaSize GPC. It has deer antler velvet, which I think is the biggest BS ingredient. I haven't seen any good research behind deer antler velvet to show that it would actually do anything to promote anything healthy in your body. We also have acetyl-L-tyrosine, and we also have Huperzine-A for mental clarity. Now, unfortunately, They don't actually mention the amount of these things. So one of the major downsides of getting these pre-workouts in a can is, unfortunately, you don't know the amount of the ingredients. Obviously, they listed the caffeine content, 300 milligrams, 3 cups of coffee, but everything else in there, they don't list, like the Alpha GPC, the Teacrine, the Dynamine, all that stuff. And I have to assume that it's extremely little, okay? Because I'll tell you right now, if I made a pre-workout can with a ton of souped up ingredients, you better believe I'm putting them on the label to let you know how much of that stuff I'm dropping in there. Another downside to these pre-workouts in a can is the cost. Oftentimes they cost between like $2.50 or $3 a can, depending on how and where you buy them. I'll link some of my favorites in the description of today's video. And even though you're paying for the convenience, you can save a lot of money if you were to buy a bottle of pre-workout and just scoop the ingredients into your shaker cup before your workout. As far as Rocket Pop, it's a pretty good flavor. I mean, it comes close to tasting like America. I'm a big sucker for these Rocket Pops with the American Stag logo. And overall, man, the flavor is really good. It does taste like those Rocket Pops you get on the back of the ice cream truck, or maybe you go to the grocery store and just buy them to save some more money because you love your American Rocket Pops. But they taste good. This one is a little bit on the sweet side for me, but so many of you love your sweet flavored pre-workouts and supplements that I think this one's going to suit you just fine. Overall, the score for me, as far as the flavor, 7.9. It almost cracks that 8 flavor. Now, sticking with the pre-workout theme, unfortunately, many of you, because we've all kind of gotten sucked into that hype vacuum, we're using pre-workouts far too often. I mean, pre-workouts should be that twice, maybe even 3 times a week thing you do when you're exhausted and you still got to get a workout in, or you've got those big, long, crazy training sessions in the gym with your buddies on the weekends and you want to make sure you can make it to the end of that thing and still walk out the front door. That's when you pop the pre-workouts. It should not be an everyday thing that you are using because, again, many of these are just over-caffeinated. It crushes your adrenal system so that there's very little effect, and people who use pre-workouts consistently for long periods of time then tend to need higher stimmed pre-workouts. They need more of them, more caffeine, more stimulants to even move the needle, and that is a slippery slope. And unfortunately, I don't know if I should be saying that as I'm consuming pre-workouts, but it is the truth. Bucked Up Energy Rocket Pop pre-workout in a can. As far as a pre-workout, you can do a whole heck of a lot better for cheaper. There's just so many pre-workouts out there. They range in all stages of stims, all stages of performance, all different types of flavors, and they're gonna come in a lot less than this can is going to be. As far as an energy drink, yeah, that 300 milligrams of caffeine is gonna do you just right. If you need more than 300 milligrams of caffeine to move the needle, it's probably time to take that caffeine break. Hopefully you found today's video informative. Let me know your thoughts with regards to pre-workouts in the comments below. As usual, if you came this far in the video, give the video a like, hit the subscribe button, use the affiliate links in the description of today's video. It does help support the channel, and all that money, what little of it there is, goes right back into the channel. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. This channel is dedicated to my life as a father of 2 wonderful children, and it centers around health, fitness, and all of the tricks and tribulations that I go through to try to be a great parent to my children and still accomplish my own personal goals.